we're on.
At least it wasn't your bare foot that it landed on. Sever your toe.
You know what? I'm all right. Got small card, but that's okay. I'm all right with the small card once in a while, but yeah, I'm ready to get it going.
3-1 yesterday. Lost in the Dallas Mavericks really broke my heart, but ready to get back at it. Dallas Mavericks hurt me yesterday. That was my point. So. Now you got that one. I was thinking their defense would show up a little bit more than it did. So can't give up 112. At least it went under the number. So there we go.
Yeah, I was going back and forth on this one. Do the Celtics bounce back? Do the Heat go up 2-0 at home with another dominant performance? I think I like the Heat in the first half. I think the Heat just feed off that home floor and sort of put the Celtics on the front foot to try to keep up. And I think the Heat, they're tired of me known just for defense. I think they want to be known for putting up some solid offensive numbers as well, and they have the depth to do it. So yeah, I think we see an inspired effort from the Heat early on, and they take the first half.
Oh, I got made to look like an ass in game one when it went easily over the total, but I'm going to take the under 207.5, 208. I think this number's a little bit. Boston, we should see a full quarter effort for their defense. So I don't think it's going to get to 200. I think you got some leeway there. I'm going to take the under 207.5. That was an excellent play by you, but also believe that if you want to bet the Boston Celtics series, today's the day to go in on it because if they do fully upset, you're not going to get the money. So if you like Boston, now's the time to take them.
Well, I got my Thursday top tip triple coming up. Got my favorite play from the NBA, favorite from the MLB and NHL. All for $39.95 at Pick Dogs, or we always talk about the long term passes. You're gonna get a bonus NBA play there as well if you hop on long term. So check that out.
For me, off that 3-in-1 day, I got my tantalizing Thursday 3-pack, my three best bets: one NHL, one NBA, one Major League Baseball for $40 at pickdogs.com. I'm going to try to keep the streak going. Does the plane have Wi-Fi that you can work on it while you're flying? When I was up there, I couldn't. I almost figured it out, but they wanted like 50. Not that I don't have $59, but I felt like paying dollars for 2 hours. Uh,
Mitch, is there a quick fix for that audio issue we were having the other day? People are saying they can't hear you on Facebook and on some of YouTube. Okay. So I just
I'll just tell everybody. I'll make up picks for you. Don't worry. He says take the Yankees on the run line, lay the juice. Okay. Fine. Yep.
yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Some technical difficulties this morning. It's sometimes what happens on the fly. Yeah. Yeah.
What about the YouTube Premium VIP? Oh, gotcha.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So where do you want to go?
All
It's
right.
baseball or hockey?
Yeah, let's let me see here. Let me just we're back. Chris and Brian from pickdogs.com. We're having a bit of a technical difficulty this morning, but we're going to do with it what we can, make the best of the situation. It's Brian, it's just one of those mornings.
Yep, definitely. I'm looking forward to today's card. It might be small, but you got the playoff action in the NHL, playoff action in the NBA, Major League Baseball, early stuff. So really, you could be busy all day betting sports if you wanted to.
Yeah, now, I know we did just talk about it, but just in case, for whatever reason, the first part of our live show got kind of cut off. Just do a quick summary. What did you think about that Boston Celtics and Miami Heat game?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with the under in that total. The game one, I took the under and I got burnt, but I believe that the Celtics need to put forth a total four-quarter effort tonight, not just three quarters. And that, to do that, they need to play their stifling defense. Miami already has a good defensive game, so I really think anything, if you are having 200 or less, it's definitely going to go under that total. For me, I like the under 207.5.
Yeah, and I think I was still sticking with the Heat in the first half in that game. I think it was just one of those things where, we see an inspired effort from the Heat coming out. They didn't want to play from behind in game one, and that's just what happened in the first half. But it was that massive third quarter that bailed them out. Had we not had that third quarter, we might be talking about Boston stealing home court in game one, and I don't think they want to go down like that because Boston is a talented team. Chances are they won't let Miami off the hook two games in a row. So I think you see Miami come out on the front foot. They have the offensive depth to do it. So I'm going to take the Miami Heat in the first half.
I also mentioned that if you want to take a Boston Celtics for the series, I think today is the day to do it. So
Yeah.
that's just my 2 cents on that.
Well, yeah, usually game one, the adjustment game, or sorry, game two, the adjustment game from game one. And yeah, usually you can find some value.
Because if Boston would happen to pull the upset, you're going to really lose your payout. So.
Yeah.
So what are we doing next? Baseball or
Yeah,
NHL?
yeah. Do you want to just? I don't want to. I don't want to short anything just in case we don't get the first half. Do you want to just go over quickly what you're selling today, Brian?
Yeah, sure. Off a 3-1 day yesterday, I got my tantalizing Thursday 3-pack. It includes my best bet in Major League Baseball, NHL, and NBA. All three max wagers there for $40 at pickdogs.com. Premium picks. Definitely going to be a good day. Going to try to keep the momentum rolling forward.
Yeah, and for me, I've got my Thursday top trip triple coming up. Got to play in the MLB that I really like, NBA and NHL. Got those for $39.95 over Pick Dogs Premium. Or, and we always talk about long term. That's some of your best value. For me, I've got an extra bonus play in there in the NBA game. If you hop on long term, you can pair any of us up on the website. Even do me and Brian get to 3 days worth. I think it's a great price for two cappers for one price. So check that out at Pick Dogs Premium. But Brian, we will move to move to MLB. And
or YouTube Premium or VIP service.
oh yeah,
definitely.
fair enough. Yeah, I keep forgetting. See, Mitch is rubbing off on me. I'm forgetting to mention that too. We gotta. What is $50 for the premium?
$50 for the premium, 100 for the VIP. If you get the VIP service, you get a free 30-day consensus report. Definitely a good tool to have in your tool belt. So make sure you guys look into it. Premium VIP and YouTube. Yeah, YouTube Premium VIP service.
Yeah, even the premium alone, usually you're getting, was it like at least an extra play a day for $50, and sometimes you get the premium and VIP combos, and the VIP you're getting what 200 something picks a month, something like that for $100.
Yeah, speaking of that, today should be interesting doing that. But we'll get to that after.
We always figure it out. There's always a way. We figured this out. But yeah, Brian, we'll go to the MLB. And the first two games on the card got the New York Yankees laying minus 213 against the Baltimore Orioles on the road. Jordan Montgomery going for the Yankees and Bruce Zimmerman for the O's. And San Diego, the Padres, at even money on the road against the Philadelphia Phillies. Your Philadelphia Phillies. Yu Darvish for the Padres and Kyle Gibson going for the Phils.
Well, out of those two games here, I really like the Baltimore Orioles here, plus 1.5. I know the Yankees have been, the best team in baseball, but I think Jordan Montgomery's priced pretty high here, and Bruce Zimmerman seems to have a rebirth here with Baltimore. I'm not saying the Orioles are going to win, but I think this is their best chance of the series to take a game. And if you take the plus 1.5, you're still getting plus 105, I believe, on your money. It's right there, either that or even money. So I'm going to take the run line with the Orioles.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the under right now in that Yankee Oriole game. You see these two pitchers, 12-2 combined to the under in their 14 starts this year, and Zimmerman's already held down the Yankees once this year, and I believe it was in the second start. It was a 5-0 Baltimore win. And Zimmerman, 7-0 to the under this year. He's allowed 2 runs or less in most of his starts this year. Albeit in about 5-6 innings, but I can trust that Yankee bullpen against this Baltimore offense. And I like the over in that San Diego Padres and Philadelphia Phillies matchup. And I also lean towards San Diego personally, just because the Padres have won Darvish's last 5 starts. Again, I don't trust Darvish all that much, but we're getting some value, I think, with the Padres. But I think my stronger play in that one's the over.
You know what I forgot to mention here, and I wish Mitch was still here, of Zach Wheeler's 7-inning basic. It was a shutout performance where he dominated with strikeouts, didn't walk anybody. Damn it! I wish he was still here so I could ask him what he thought of Zach Wheeler.
Well, you can use me as your punching bag for the.
I even screenshotted his stat line because I wanted to bring it up today. Oh well, maybe next time.
Yeah, exactly. But. Anyways, we move on to the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Guardians. Right now we're seeing Cleveland laying -130. I'm seeing TBD and TBD. Yesterday I was seeing it was still Molly and Quantrill carrying the matchup over from Wednesday. And the St. Louis Cardinals, again, sizable underdogs on the road at the New York Mets. Dakota Hudson going for the Cardinals and Chris Bassett for the New York Mets.
Well, for me in this matchup, the Cardinals and Mets, I think Dakota Hudson, even though I think he's pitching well above his stat line. I think he's due for a regression soon. Chris Bassett is like Mr. Reliable. It's like a comfy pillow that you got in your room at night. I just think he's going to show up today. And you can't lay the -180. That's a little bit high. I think you take the Mets on the run line today. I think they win by 2-3 runs. So New York Mets for me on the run line.
Yeah, I think I was leaning towards the Mets on the run line as well. You know, both these pitchers have had their hiccups this season. But Hudson, for me, is the fringe starter. And I think when Jack Flaherty comes back from injury, it could be Hudson that gets bumped out of that rotation.
Yep.
And I think Chris Bassett, like you said, he's been reliable. He's enjoying pitching in New York. This might be some of the best baseball I've seen Bassett pitch. I mean, he had a couple great seasons in Oakland, but we'll have to see. It's only a month in. See how the sample size stretches out into August and September. But
yeah, he's not Mr. Flash, but he's kind of like Charlie Morton was for the Braves. Just a guy that shows up and gets you a W.
Yeah, he's one of the. He just shows up, does his work, and then and leaves. He's not. You're going to be your David Prices where you throw and you make 15,000 a pitch or something like that. He's going to come in, do his work, and that's all he has to do, and that's what I think the Mets need. That's what they don't have right now. So, yeah, I'm on the Mets on the run line. I think they have all the momentum after walloping the Cardinals on Wednesday night. But now we move on to the other two. Two more games. Chicago White Sox laying juice on the road. Vince Velasquez on the mound. Kansas City Royals +125, and you got the White Sox with Vince Velasquez on the mound. The Royals with Carlos Hernandez, and 7:10 Eastern, you got the Seattle Mariners plus money on the road with George Kirby, Mitch's boy, on the mound against the Boston Red Sox starting Rich Hill.
I gotta say, in that group in the games here yesterday, got another win with the Boston Red Sox. I was a little bit worried because nobody liked them yesterday, but they came through today. I think I'm gonna go with the Seattle Mariners, even though they looked really bad at Toronto. I think with Kirby on the mound. Gives him a young gun chance to win. Rich Hill, he has been pitching consistently good. I just like the Mariners with that plus money there to bounce back and start winning some games. And then the Royals and White Sox, you got two pretty bad pitchers on the mound. But Velasquez, I think he's got the talent. You just never know when he's going to show up. Last game he got blown up, but Carlos Hernandez has been bad all year. White Sox need wins, so I think the juice is moderate here. I'll take the Chicago White Sox on the money line.
Yeah, I'm in that White Sox-Royals game. I've got to go with the over there. Over 9.5. Even if Velasquez has a decent start, I think the offense of the White Sox can...
I'm tempted for that. It just seems too easy.
Yeah, it
has to happen.
Yeah, I mean...
Because I think Hernandez could give up 10 runs today.
Well, he's given up 15 in his last 2 starts. He's given up 9 runs over 4 innings last time up and 6 over 4 2/3 start before that. So... The thing about Velasquez is that he's coming off that start where he allowed 7 runs. I think it was in 5 innings against the New York Yankees. Now, I'm not likening the Royals to the Yankees here, but it is possible. And we've seen Velasquez get torched in Philadelphia. I know, Brian, you can attest to that.
Yeah, it all has to do with his pitch count because sometimes Velasquez gets going and he throws way too many pitches, and then by the third inning he's up around 80 pitches, and that's where he gets burned.
Yeah, and I think that this is just going to be another spot where Velasquez, he's good. I think he's going to give up a few. I'm with you. I think the White Sox get the win here, but I think the Royals. I think the Royals are just in a little bit of trouble in terms of trying to keep runs off the board. I think Hernandez is on very thin ice as a starter, and the problem is I don't think he can control. I think what's going to happen is out of his control. So
You would think the Royals would have would have a prospect they could bring up, replace Hernandez soon.
I honestly think all their eggs were in Bobby Witt Jr.'s basket. I think they were focused on bringing him up, and there's I got to look at their pipeline, but I don't know how much they really have in that system. I think you're sort of hoping to build on Brad Keller and hope that you can get a decent year or two out of Zach Greinke until you can find another free agent to really bring in. But
yep.
And for that Seattle game, I'm with you. I like the value of Seattle with the plus money. I think George Kirby. I think there's something to this kid. I think he's going to pitch very, very well. And I'm just simply not a Rich Hill guy. He goes 5 innings, and that's when the blisters don't even affect him. And I mean, realistically, that's been the problem for Hill the last 2-3 seasons. And I think Hill's going to have some trouble. I think the Mariners can bounce back against him. And I think Kirby does all he can to give the Mariners another solid outing like he did in Tampa Bay and helped him get the win there. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Seattle in that one. And then the last 2 games on the card, Brian, we're going to go Arizona Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs. Coin flip price there with Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks and Marcus Stroman making his first start since May 1st for the Chicago Cubs. And the Texas Rangers, sizable plus money with Glenn Otto on the mound against the Houston Astros with Framber Valdez pitching.
Yeah, for me, it's impossible for me to turn down Zach Gallen at this kind of price. He's been tremendous. I've started buying some of his cards. I just can't help myself. But I usually take a look at Stroman when he's pitching, but this year it just seems – I don't know if he's lost it, but I like Zach Gallen here. I think you're getting the Diamondbacks at a reasonable rate. And then the Texas Rangers, Houston Astros, these two teams don't like each other, in-state rival. But I think runs come pretty easily today. So I'm going to take the over 8 in the Texas Rangers, Houston Astros.
Yeah, I was looking at that price with Gallen. It almost feels too easy. It's almost like that Royals total that we just talked about. But, they can't all be difficult. Sometimes you just find a good line. I think that's what we've got with the Diamondbacks here. Like you said, it's just Zach Gallen's just been lights out this year, a 1.05 ERA. And take it from me, being a Toronto fan, I've had Marcus Stroman in this market for about 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know if he's ever really had it. He's always been that guy that was, highly touted, and there was big things expected from him. And even in Toronto, they were expecting him, potentially to be a Cy Young winner, and it just never got to that point. I don't think it will. I think Marcus Stroman just a bit overhyped, and I think that he's just going to be sort of a fringe middle rotation starter for the rest of his career, and I don't know. Yeah, I just don't think he's got it. So yeah, getting the Diamondbacks at this price, I got to take it to snap their losing skid. And for that
because you almost know that Zach Gallen's going to give you 6 strong innings, and it's not like the Cubs or the 27 Yankees lighting it up. So I think it's a strong play.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would hope. I think you would hope that he would give you 6 strong innings. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but the way he's been pitching, it's a logical assumption because giving up a even 1 earned run outside of his last start, it's been basically difficult to see Gallen doing. So
you just got to worry about Melanson coming in and blowing it.
Don't remind me about that. I'm gonna have PTSD. I have PTSD by association when it comes to Mark Melanson because of Mitch railing on him. But yeah, it's just a price I don't think you can pass up with Gallen. And I'm gonna take the Houston Astros, or sorry, the Texas Rangers, plus 1.5. I know Glenn Otto's been getting torched, but I think he's got an inflated ERA just because of one bad start. Because the majority of his other starts, he had gone 5 innings, only given up a couple of runs, and I think he's probably a better pitcher than what we're seeing. And the Houston Astros still haven't done all that much to impress me offensively. They're still, I know that they're picking up. They've been picking up wins a lot more frequently as of late. But you look at the three head-to-head meetings this season, all of them, either, four head-to-head meetings. Texas won one, and there were also a pair of one-run victories for the Houston Astros in there. I'm not laying minus 213. I think there is value with Texas plus 1.5 in this one.
Rangers have been hot too. I mean, they won 4 in a row yesterday when they got down by 1 in the extra innings. I'm not going to say I was worried, but I had the plus 1.5, so I was a little worried that the Angels would add on. And then the Rangers ended up home run and winning the game on a walk-off, so they're pretty hot going into this one.
Yeah, I think. I think the Rangers just hold all the value in this one. I'm not saying take them on the money line. I think you can get value at the plus 1.5, maybe another one-run game if maybe the Rangers don't pull off the upset and get to Valdez here. But we'll move from the MLB. We'll go to the NHL. Ryan, there's 2 games tonight. First one on the card. Move, my voice just cracked really bad there. First one on the card, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I know something just dropped. The Tampa Bay Lightning against the Florida Panthers. Florida, again, laying almost a very similar price to what we saw in Game 1, around minus 160. And trying to avoid a 2-0 hole going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, with this Tampa Bay Florida Panthers, I'm going to lean towards the under here. I just think it's a tad high. Hopefully, it won't get like Calgary and Edmonton last night, a real shootout. But I just think it's definitely a must-win game for the Florida Panthers, and I think the defensive intensity is going to be turned up in this one. I think at 6.5, at 6 I'd be worried about, but 6.5 I think it'll go under the number.
Yeah, we had the under in Game 1. Mainly part of that was because the Florida Panthers just did not show up offensively. And, I do lean towards the under as well, but I'm also leaning towards the Tampa Bay Lightning. I hate doing that as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Like, you have no idea how much that pains me to do that right now. But Tampa Bay showed that the chops of being the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions. And Florida just looked like they just got knocked on their ass. Sorry, for lack of a better term. Like, they didn't know what hit them. And maybe Game 2 we see the adjustment, but getting plus money to assume that, Tampa Bay maintains that champion form.
That's what makes me run the other way when I see the Tampa Bay Lightning getting plus 140. I'm thinking, holy shit, that's a lot for, such a superb hockey team.
Yeah. I think that's probably why I would be with you. I would stick towards the under as well. But I can't help but at least look at the value potentially before even locking it in. But yeah, I do like the under in that one as well. And the other NHL game tonight, Brian, the Colorado Avalanche, again minus 220 favorites against the St. Louis Blues. Colorado had that narrow win in overtime in Game 1, burning the puck line betters, and the St. Louis Blues almost had it, but it's hard to win a game in overtime when you're outshot 13-0 in the extra frame.
Yeah, it's looked like the books are coming right back to get the people again today because you're getting slight plus money here to take the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line. I just think the Blues have the capability of winning this game outright, but I think with the plus 1.5 here, you're hedging, you're playing it safe, and I think it's a strong play. I wish I would have had it as a premium today, so I think it's excellent value. St. Louis Blues here plus the 1.5. I think they get it done.
Yeah, and for me in this one, I was going back and forth on this game, a ton, but I don't know how I could pass up plus 180 with the St. Louis Blues. This is a team that's won 9 of their last 12 road games. And a lot of the comparisons are very similar to the team that won the Stanley Cup 3 seasons ago. Both of these teams were road warriors. Both these teams had Jordan Binnington sort of step in and fill the void in net and really sort of take over the reins between the pipes. I think that's what we've got here. I think the St. Louis Blues had to make the adjustment, and there wasn't much of an adjustment that had to be made, really. I mean, this is a team that, they went up 1-0 on the Avalanche in Colorado. They managed to tie the game at 2-2. They were never really out of it. They just had to claw back. And like I said, a 13-0 shot edge in overtime was really the only reason that I think Colorado ended up winning that game, because St. Louis really couldn't find any sustained pressure. So I think the St. Louis Blues hold a bit of value here. I think we see the series go back 1-1. I'm even looking at extended price, or sorry, series prices here. I like the Blues to win the series at plus 550, and I'm looking at the Blues to win the series 4-2 at plus 1600.
So now would be the time to jump in on them because if they would upset Colorado tonight, that would really toss that. Uh, that would really move that line.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I think to see a 4-2 series for the Blues, considering they can steal home ice here tonight, I think that's fantastic value. And like Brian said, if you're interested in series markets like that, hop on it now because if they beat the Blues, if the Blues end up winning it tonight, like Brian said, that price is going to plummet. So yeah, I would definitely hop on that as quickly as possible. But Brian, we're doing our best to fill the time slot here. But what do you say we go for a parlay?
I tell you what, I got an excellent parlay here. It's St. Louis Blues on the puck line plus 1.5. Team it up with the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line and the Seattle Mariners on the money line. I like those 3 plays today for a parlay.
Yeah, for mine, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Mariners on the money line, the over in the over in the Kansas City Royals Chicago White Sox game, and the over in the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Guardians game. Anything else to add, Brian?
Nope. Let's kick some butt today. Definitely enjoyed hanging out with you. Couldn't bust Mitch's balls about Wheeler, but that'll happen in the future for sure.
Yeah, and sorry guys, this was a bit of an impromptu thing this morning. We wanted to sort of get everything in with Mitch on his travel day, and we're still going to show up here 365 days a year for you in the morning show. So again, sorry that.
Make sure you smack that thumbs up.
Yeah, smack that thumbs up.
Smack that thumbs
Yeah,
up.
check the YouTube Premium out in the link in the description below, and guys, let's make some money today. It's a short card, but quality over quantity. We can make the books pay today. So thanks for watching. We'll